people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for a new reading vlog. My family and I are currently on vacation on the beach, and I'm currently reading The Other Lola, which is a companion novel to Missing Felisa, which I read last year, I believe. And it's this detective story about two best friends who try to solve a cold case, if I'm not mistaken, in the first one. Whereas in this one, so now the detective business has kind of like gone viral and gone like popular, obviously, because of what happened in the first book. So this person comes to them and says, hey, my sister went missing 5 years ago and now she's back, but I don't believe that's her. Which is very, very interesting because identity fraud to me is like almost intriguing and fascinating, but also like super scary and very like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you steal someone's identity at all? And like, I'm wondering sometimes like how easy that would be. I don't know. Identity fraud is definitely not the crime I would commit if I ever were to commit a crime, which I would never do because that's illegal. But anyway, also there's music playing in the background because we're on a public beach, so I apologize if you can hear that. But anyway, the book's pretty good so far. I enjoyed detective stories starring like young women because it kind of reminds me of like Harriet the Spy, which I loved as a child. So anyway, I'm very excited to continue this book. Like 30% into this book so far, and honestly, like, it's pretty good. I like enjoy mystery detective stories, although I will say I just had an epiphany that for me mystery detective stories are kind of hit or miss. For example, I really enjoy the Truly Devious series, and I'm so excited for Maureen Johnson's next YA sapphic mystery, which I believe comes out in September of this year. But also, on the other hand, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. The books, for me, I didn't love them as much as everybody else did, although I am super excited for the adaptation. Like, it's going to be so good. Emma, whom I've seen in Wednesday, is such a fucking talented actor, which I feel like is hard for me to say. Maybe that's something I shouldn't say because I've only seen her in one thing. Like, I've only ever seen her in Wednesday, so I've only seen one portrayal of one character that she's ever done. But like, I think she's so talented. Enid is such a lovely, lovable character. I'm so excited to see her as the lead in this project. Anyway, I'm just so excited for that TV show. I forgot when it comes out. I don't think it's been announced yet, actually. But anyway, I'm just so excited to watch it because I just know it's going to be so good. And honestly, I've kind of forgotten like the plot and the mystery, so I'm not quite sure like who did it actually. But anyway, the point is, mystery like detective whodunit stories are kind of hit or miss for me, even though like when I was growing up I loved Agatha Christie, like Hercule Poirot or whatever his name is. Like, those books are so good, and Then There Were None is so excellent and just so awesome and just so brilliant. I don't know what in particular I dislike or like about certain mysteries, and certain mysteries I dislike. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what exactly is the difference, but the point is, this book is good so far. I think so far I am preferring the prequel, but right now it's pretty good. So I don't know if any of that made any sense, but basically I'm enjoying my book. quickly because we have to go down for dinner soon. I finished my book. I think the third act was the most thrilling part, which I think is not a good sign for a mystery because the entire thing should be thrilling and not just the third act, if that makes any sense. So I rated the story 3 stars, and my current read is The Rumbling Pines of Windy Pines. I said the title wrong, but this book was on my last month's TBR, and I'm so excited to read it. There's disability representation. It's a middle-grade urban paranormal fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just so excited to read it, not just for the disability representation, but also the story itself sounds good. So I'm excited to continue it. But yeah, with that said, I also took some B-roll footage at the beach. I think it's rather repetitive, but I also think it's pretty, so I'm not quite sure if I'm going to include all of it, but my next B-roll will probably be the sunset, which you guys know I love a beach sunset literally so much. I could sit at the beach and watch the waves go on forever and ever. So anyway, with that said, off I go to dinner. So now it's after dinner. I'm currently 70% through The Rumbling Giant of Windy Pines, and I feel like earlier I didn't really give you a full review of the other Lola, other than the fact that I rated it 3 stars, and the third act was definitely the most thrilling. And like, I missed those characters for sure, and I do enjoy them, and I enjoyed like their friendship dynamic as well as their individual like issues. I understood, like, I appreciated, how the author dealt with like dealing with the consequences and the trauma of like what happened to them in the first book, you know what I mean? But like overall, the mystery itself just wasn't as engaging as it was in the first book, if that really makes any sense. But like the third act was thrilling, and I would read like another sequel or companion novel about these characters again if the author continued to write this series. But like overall, 3 stars. Anyway, as for The Rumbling Giants of Windy Pines, like I said, I'm 70% through it right now. I'm enjoying the disability representation, of course. It's so excellent, and it feels so normalized and just so awesome. The characters are well developed and distinct. I'm intrigued by the mystery. I'm not quite sure exactly where it's going to go. I like the friendship. Like, it's pretty good so far. I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it. I'm between 3 and 4 stars right now. But anyway, after this, I'm probably going to go to bed. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Hi people, it's me. It's the next day. I'm in the hallway, by the way, in case you were wondering why it's so echoey. But anyway, I'm on my way down to breakfast. And also, as for yesterday, I finished Windy Pines and rated it 3 stars because, like, the mystery, like, paranormal, fantastical elements didn't go quite the way that I was really expecting. Although, like I said earlier, I enjoyed the disability representation and the characters and the friendship, and the plot was engaging. It's just that the mystery just wasn't what I was expecting, if that makes any sense. And now I'm currently reading 6 Truths and a Lie, which is a YA contemporary mystery following 6 Muslim teenagers who are accused of something they didn't do. So that's fun. Hi people, so I'm now on the beach, and I don't think I said this earlier, but my period started today, so that is just truly not ideal. But I will say I would rather have my period on vacation when I'm already resting than be on my period at work, which happened last month. So anyway, with that said, I'm 33% through 6 Truths and 1 Lie. I'm really enjoying how the author is doing such a good job, like, establishing the characters and, like, humanizing them. I don't know if I really explained this earlier, but basically, they're all, like, being accused of doing something that is being labeled as like a terrorist attack, and they're all being accused, I'm assuming because of the fact that they're all Muslims, so they're all being like racially profiled, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm enjoying this book so far. I think it's really important to like humanize characters and make them feel real, especially with the way that like the US government tends to treat like the people that the media tends to like racially profile and stereotype almost as like criminals, even though they're not in this story. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but basically I'm really enjoying this book so far, even at the beginning. So anyway, yeah, those are my plans. I'm reading on the beach. I'm not getting in the water because I'm on my period, and yesterday I didn't get in the water either, but I usually don't. I just like sitting on the beach. Really, the ocean is so pretty. We love to see it. So yeah. The sun is right next to me, so I'm not completely sure exactly what you're seeing in this clip, but anyway, I'm really enjoying how this book is mostly talking about the ways in which the US government treats people in the criminal system and how like they criminalize them and dehumanize them, you know what I mean, regardless of whether or not they're innocent or guilty. And in this case, they're innocent. Like, I believe that the 6 main characters did not do anything that they are being accused of, if that makes any sense. So anyway, I don't really know if that makes any sense, but I know that like a criminal record follows you everywhere, and sometimes it's really sad because sometimes the people who are being accused of doing crimes didn't actually do it. Now sometimes they did actually do it, and so those are their consequences, but sometimes they didn't. And yeah, I don't really know if that makes any sense at all. So basically, what I'm getting from this story is that I know that it's really, really important. This book is reminding me that it's really important to like humanize everyone, regardless of a criminal record or not, if that makes any sense. Because like it's not so black or white. Just because someone has a criminal record doesn't mean that they're a bad person, because what makes someone a bad person is so subjective and it shouldn't be so objective. I don't know if anything I'm saying makes any sense at all. I'm going to have to review this and edit this all later. But basically, this book is really good. So, yeah. I'm now almost done with this book, but I think what I was trying to say earlier is that, like, just because you have a criminal record, that doesn't make you a bad person. I think that when I was younger, I thought that because I thought in very black and white terms. But now that I'm older and I can see that there's more of like a grayscale, you know what I mean? So anyway, my point is a criminal record doesn't make you a bad person any more than not having a criminal record makes you a good person. You know what I mean? Anyway, this book is very good and I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars. So hi people. So honestly, I'm so tired that I meant to make this video longer since we are going to be here until the end of the week. But honestly, I'm so fatigued from my period that I just don't want to film anymore. So I think I'm gonna end this video here. But my next video will be a Lisa Reads video, probably. So as for a reading update, I finished 6 Truths and a Lie earlier today on the beach, and I rated it 4 stars because it was really, really good, and I really enjoyed all the different character perspectives, the story itself, and the bigger conversation and topics surrounding like Islamophobia and all that kind of stuff. The authors at the end really incorporated everything together so well. This book is really, really good, and it's really underrated, and it's just so awesome. Like the characters really bring the story to life, and connecting with what I said earlier about how America tends to like dehumanize and criminalize people with a criminal record, regardless of whether or not they are innocent or guilty. And also, America tends to dehumanize homeless people as well, which is so fucked up. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, I digress. The point of all of this is that every single person deserves to be treated like a human being, regardless of whatever. So anyway, the point is, 6 Truths and a Lie, I rated 4 stars, and it was really, really good. I'm currently reading Ariel Clashes a Train, which is a YA contemporary following a lesbian main character with OCD, and it's written by the same author who wrote Dear Medusa last year, which I really enjoyed. And it's written in 3 verse, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And I believe it's also sapphic too, so that's really exciting. But anyway, like I said, my next video will probably be a recent reads video, which I will probably talk about how I really enjoyed Ariel Clashes a Train. So anyway, with that said, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below, I don't know, I didn't really think about this. Comment down below the donut emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.